Hey everyone, Zero JD here with the XP Advance channel. I'm here to give you a quick taste of Gnome Garden 3, The Thief of Castle. It is kind of a management sim with some puzzle solving in it. Very light puzzle solving. It's hard to kind of mess up stuff. I've only really done it if I'm not really paying attention. It is a fairly relaxing and calm game. Like, see, I've gotten a little bit into it. It does the thing where you collect stars and all that kind of stuff. Like one here, I got 1 star, but that's mostly kind of it's like time based, so it's like a bar going down. And I kind of just set down my controller and stop paying attention because I just stopped paying attention for no reason, mostly because I was eating. So each of these levels, a new kind of concept has been introduced. One of them I got the ability to speed up my workers. Another one I got the ability to speed up their building. The first one was speed up their movement. But each level is kind of based around completing these different goals, building stuff, collecting resources, and doing certain objectives to finish the level. So let's do one I've already completed to kind of be able to show you exactly what is going on, that kind of stuff. So I don't really care about any of the time here, so what I'm going to do is kind of show you around. You start up here with your little gnomes here, so I'm going to start collecting stuff, just simply hitting A. You can see the bottom here, these are my objectives. I can actually pause. No, it doesn't work like that. These are my objectives here. Up here are my resources. I have food, wood, stone, and then crystals. And as you can see, certain things require certain resources. So to get rid of this roadblock, I need to use one guy and some food, but I'll get some wood back. So now I have access to this mill, which is going to continually pump out food, which is really good for me. So you can fail missions, mostly because if you take a certain path, you won't actually have the resources to clear roadblocks or build something. That's only happened once or twice, and that's, again, not me paying attention at all. So we're going to keep moving through here. We're going to build that, to remove that. What I could do if I wanted was upgrade this. However, I may not have enough resources to go and get rid of this bog. So early on, they actually introduced bees here, which required me to build a beehive nearby to draw the bees away so I can access that area. So it's a lot of that kind of stuff of, hey, this is required to get past this obstacle, or this character is required to move this kind of thing. Like these firemen here can get rid of this prickly barnacle stuff. They can also chase away gremlins. The story is just a normal fantasy, almost kid story. The entire thing is very fairy tale-y told. I haven't, in honesty, paid too much attention to it. But see, like here, I don't have any wood, but if I go over here and get rid of this roadblock, it'll give me 4 pieces of wood, and then I can build the sawmill, so I will continually be making food and wood. So if I hit X, it's just gonna speed them up and move them around. So now that'll go, and that was one of my objectives, and that's gonna cross itself off. So now I got the big decision of, should I start moving out quickly, or should I start improving my buildings? The first upgrade for the tent gives you another person. The upgrade for the sawmill makes the output faster. I believe the third upgrade is, hey, it now gives you more stuff. So now that I have 2 guys, it'll kind of do that. When you click something, it queues it up. So if you have 1 guy, he goes in order if you clicked it. If you have 2 guys, it's a little bit faster and goes a little quicker. So what do we have here? So right now, my biggest issue is getting all the way over to here to get stone. Luckily, I have enough stone to get there. But let's say there was a different path here. I could have accidentally gone that path and maybe used all my stone. Game is very low-key, very relaxed. I haven't gotten to a point where I lost all stars. I got close to it, but again, I stopped playing and ate. I ate a sandwich, and it was like, hey, well, oh well, and it didn't feel like I got punished for it. Levels aren't super long. Like, here's a garden that provides food. It was only slightly recently that I couldn't, like, I was finding the crystals on the ground. All the resources it usually starts that you find them on the ground, and then a few levels later, you actually can build something to harvest them. But as you can see, I'm like kind of lining up all these things I want them to do. Let's pump that up so I can get more stuff faster. So soon after this, I actually get the ability to make them build faster, which is really nice. One of the levels had a trolley in it. And it's not always like, hey, you're learning all these things one after another, so they're all in the next stage. Like, I think maybe it's the next level where it shows the trolley, but the level after that doesn't have the trolley. So it's not like throwing a million things at you at once and then forcing you to use them all together. It's doling them out nicely and kind of backing off on other things to teach you when it teaches you something new, if that makes sense. Because I believe the level after the trolley had another new kind of thing in it, but then it was like, hey, we're going to take one of these things away so you don't have to really also keep these all stored in your head and worry about all this micromanagement. But this is actually the extent of the management. You're kind of just say, hey, you go here, and all that kind of stuff. Very, very not like, hey, you're going to mess up if you don't pay full attention. I've gotten through all these levels only paying partial attention. Man, it's been fun. Almost World of Keflings kind of feel. Or Kingdom of Keflings, I know. To speed up their movement. So I still need to get some more stone, so I just need to kind of wait for this. I could upgrade that, but it's going to use some of the stone, but put some return or get some in there, because it usually just takes to upgrade it takes like most all the resources, wood, stone, and food. Magic is usually used for when you want to build these like super bridges. Or not super bridges, you want to plant trees and stuff kind of like that. It's not used in this level. But some of the levels have gotten a little bit long, but I would say I haven't spent more than maybe 5, 6, 7 minutes in them. Nothing crazy long. I might just be losing track of time, but it's definitely not like half an hour things. Definitely not that. I believe this game was a touch phone game or a touchscreen game at one point. It definitely has the iOS touch here kind of feel to it, because this thing kind of controls all funky. So now I'm just getting a whole bunch of stone, which this is essentially the end little blast out of, hey, let's just kind of go all in. So we're going to build this. That's going to pull these guys here away. And then I will be able to build the firemen. And then, like I've done this level before, the gremlins come down here and you click on the fireman and the fireman goes there. Another level, they introduce this chest enemy that runs around and I have to tap on him or click him. And it gives me a lot of goodies. This one might be a little long because I want to show you another actual level in the new area I've unlocked. Actually, I think you got the gist of this, so we'll move on. So, of course, in true fantasy fashion, the cat people live up in this desert area. We had a powwow earlier and ate food. Alright, so here I need to plant a tree, grow a water lily, build a bridge, and go over a bog. So once in a while they'll pop up and give you a little like tutorial of like, hey, you need to do this here and all that stuff. So it looks like here I would need the fireman and the food. So let's start here. We'll get some of that. I usually always go for food first, and then it looks like wood's way over there. So let's kind of, what do I need for this? So the best bet would be go up through here and get to that. So it looks like I will have enough to kind of, but I could like blow my resources and go over here and use my stone to do all that, and then I wouldn't have an actual way to get any more stone. So there are ways to lose it, like I said earlier. It's just you have to kind of either set out to lose or just not pay any attention at all. But these upgrades have been pretty great. So now I'm set on food and wood. So now I have 2 dudes. Grab that, grab that, grab that, grab that, grab that. Boom. Just need a little more wood from here. I'll be fine though. And of course you'll see there's just some resources scattered around here and there to kind of make your life easier. But this is essentially the game. Gnome Garden 3. I should never remember the rest of it. The Thief of Castles. It is on Xbox One now. I'm digging it. So I don't even. So that's So this is a water thing that's required to grow the trees. The trees, however, required to even grow requires the sorceress. Actually, no, the trees are something else. There's trees and then there's stuff you need to water. It's a whole kind of thing that they very, very nicely kind of ease you into. There is no like crazy like, hey, we're just gonna dump you in here. So I don't need that. These guys right here, the Merrymakers, they decrease how long it takes to make for these little buildings to go. So we're gonna put someone in here, and you'll see that hey, production time will decrease. Like that. So I need 4 food. And I think, but the achievements aren't that crazy. I think the only one that's going to require any actual effort outside of like just finishing the campaign is, hey, get 3 stars and everything. Get back in there. And even then, it's like, once you kind of get a handle on the game, it's not going to be terrible at all. But again, this is Gnome Garden 3, The Thief of Castles. I am ZeroJD. This is the X-Play Fans channel. I think this is enjoyable. I feel that if you like Kingdom of Keflings, you will get into this game. Thank you so much for watching. Watch our other videos and have a nice day. See ya.